Well, in July of last year, the FTA between China and Switzerland entered into force. Hailed as a major success, Switzerland is the first country in continental Europe to enter into such an agreement with China. But in practice, how successful is this FTA? Well, joining me to discuss is Executive Director at the Greater Geneva-Bern area, Executive Director Philippe Monnier. Welcome, Philippe.
Good morning, Sinead.
What is the major impact of the FTA?
You know, I think this agreement is successful. Surprisingly, I believe that the major impact is not the reduction of custom duties. The major impact is the increased awareness for Chinese companies about the potential business in Switzerland and vice versa. If you talk to most Chinese CEOs, they think of Switzerland as a country of mountain, of beautiful, tasty cheese, chocolate, and so on. They don't think of Switzerland as a good place for business, as a place to open their European headquarters, as a place to open their first office when they want to penetrate the European market. Thanks to this FTA between Switzerland and China, they are starting to think differently and to take Switzerland more seriously as a place for business.
What about the impact in terms of liberalization?
The impact in terms of reduction of trade duties is important, but not very important for three reasons. First of all, it's not really a free trade agreement. It is a freer trade agreement because the customs are reduced for many items, but not for every item. The reduction is for many items gradual, not immediate. And then the reduction is not necessarily to 0%. It can be from 15 to, let's say, 5%. In addition, we have to compare what we had before the FTA. And before the FTA, we had a special agreement called GSP, General System of Preference, which was already very good. So the FTA is better, but not much better. And the third point is that if I take the position of the Swiss companies competing against the German, British companies, now we have the Swiss company have an advantage when they export goods to China. They pay maybe 1%, 2% less than the German companies. But the question is, when do the German company, the EU company, will have a similar FTA with China? And then probably our advantage will be nullified.
I understand the FTA is not just about liberalising trade. It also includes enhanced collaboration in fields such as IP protection, investment promotion, technology, education, culture. Taking an example of IP protection, what is the value addition?
You know, if you look at the agreement that many countries have regarding IP, intellectual property protection, within the framework of WTO, and Switzerland has signed this agreement on China as well. Actually, it's not very different from what is included in the FTA between Switzerland and China. So the advantage is not major, it's still an advantage, but the real major advantage is that when negotiating this FTA, the Swiss government and the Chinese government sat together many times, and they know each other much better, and this is an advantage, personal contact.
Many Chinese, Swiss or EU companies seem to be interested in the so-called trilateral trade. What is it all about?
You know, let's take an example. You have a Chinese company, they ship goods to Germany, and in Germany they pay, let's say, 5% custom duties. Now with the FTA between China and Switzerland, they can ship their good from China to Switzerland, pay 0% custom duties, transform sufficiently the good in Switzerland to obtain the Swiss origin, and ship it from Switzerland to Germany and pay 0% custom duties, because there is also an FTA between Switzerland and the EU. And actually the reverse is also possible. From Germany to Switzerland, obtain Swiss origin from Switzerland to China.
To benefit from this trilateral trade, do I need to have a billing company in Switzerland, for example, with no employees or nearly no employees?
You know, it's certainly, this is a question that many Chinese companies ask us. It is certainly not sufficient to have just a billing company in Switzerland without any employees. You need to have the good enter the Swiss territory to be custom cleared. you need to transform them enough to obtain the Swiss origin, and then you can benefit from the free trade agreement. And to obtain the Swiss origin, you need to have enough transformation. And for every good, it is different what you need to do. But if you want to summarize or to simplify enormously, you could say that you need more or less 40% value addition in Switzerland, or you need to change of chapter heading.
It's been brilliant speaking with you today, Philippe. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Sinead.
That's all from us here in the Dukascopy studio. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to keep clicking back. Bye for now.